In the Alton Park area of Chattanooga, 2 residents of a burning home jumped from a second-story window this morning. The fire left a family of 7 without a home. Dallas Payton has the story.
The department was called out to a fire at this duplex on Hughes Avenue around 5:20 this morning. Upon arrival, 2 residents did have to jump out of this window on the second story to escape the fire. One was rescued on the ledge by firefighters. Everyone else was able to make it out safe. Crews learned that the fire started by some food that was left on the stove. Chattanooga firefighter Alan Green, who is also the department's fire and life safety educator, says kitchen fires are the #1 cause of residential fires right now. They account for a little under 50% of fires.
We always recommend people do not cook or start cooking when you're drowsy, you're sleepy. Do not leave food on the stove and walk away. If you have to walk away from the kitchen, turn off the stove. Remove the food from the stove if you got to walk away.
On top of that, Green says every household needs to have an escape plan and revisit it at least once a month.
You should know 2 ways out. Of every building, every home, every room, we know 2 ways out. Where is our meeting place? A lot of kids I've talked to said, well, our meeting place is in the living room. No, your meeting place should be outside in the safe zone. If you meet in the living room and there's a fire in your house, you're still in the danger zone.
It's also important to have working smoke detectors.
Make sure your smoke alarms are working, they're in the proper location, they're operational, you're testing them once a month, you're changing the batteries twice a year.
And last but not least, Green says everyone in the family needs to know how to dial 911.
It may seem simple. I've been doing so many presentations in the past month or 2, and one of the questions I ask, and I always tell the kids, this is a trick question, this is a hard question. Do not raise your hand to answer this question unless you know the answer. And they get so worked up and riled up and thinking too much about it, and I say, so if there's a fire in your home, what's the number to 911? It may seem simple, but I've gotten a lot of kids, they be like,
In Chattanooga for Local 3 News, I'm Dallas Payton.